So a lot of people are listening to this album now, and a lot of older people have been called geriatric listeners, and I'm just like, is that me? Is that me? Hello, my name is Charles, and today I'm going to be listening to Olivia Rodrigo's debut album, Sour, and I must say, the Disney girls are giving off crazy vibes now. They're giving off crazy vibes, and I'm just like, okay, girls, you're free from Disney restraints, and I'm just like, wow, what a time to be a Disney girl making music. Maybe I am old already because I'm just thinking back in my day in Disney Channel stars could not make music like this. But you know what? Good for Olivia being able to make the music she wants to make. And also, I didn't know that she was Filipino, so ooh, a Filipino person has stepped on the scene. Not a full Filipino person, but you know what? I think she's like apparently like half at least Filipino, so I'm just like, hey, she's made it farther than Darren Criss or Haley Steinfeld when it comes to being Filipino. And by that I mean being a Filipino person in the, popular culture, because there's not a lot of Filipino people that have made it into popular culture in the United States. So I'm glad that, she's making it big here, and I'm like, yeah, good for her. Good for her. Good for you. Honestly, I wasn't going to listen to this album, but you know what? Like Driver's License, her debut single, everyone was just listening to this album being like, it's amazing. So I was like, I guess I'll give it a listen. I mean, I guess it's only like about a half hour long, so I was like, yeah, why not give it a listen? When looking at the length of most of the songs on this album, I'm just like, wow, a lot of these are just like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or less, and my mind just couldn't stop thinking, is this for like, TikTok play? That way they can get views on TikTok, and also that they can be played a lot more faster because they're shorter. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because I want songs that are at least 3 minutes or at least 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But you know what? It feels like these girls just cannot spin a song that long. But you know what? As long as they get the point, like across, I guess it's fine. But I don't know. I'm just like, I want a longer song. I've of course heard Driver's License, and I think that song is great, but still I think it's a little immature what she's singing about. But then again, she's a teenager, so it's like whatever. But I've also heard Good For You, and I think that is the better song of the two singles on her album. So I'm just like, good for you, girl. Good for you getting that second number one single with Good For You. And I'm just like, yeah, let's see what the rest of this album is made of. Now, I heard every song sounds different and that most of the songs are ballads. So I'm just trying to prepare myself for no bops. I mean, no bops and dancing bops. Just like bops, as in they can be sad bops, but not like energetic bops. Okay, time to jump into the first song, which is Brutal. Okay, interesting switch up. I'm so sick of 17. Where's my fucking teenage dream? They say it's only golden years, but I wish I could disappear. All I did was try my best. This been kinda thing so good. It's brutal out here. It really is brutal out here, you guys. What is up with the switch ups in this song? It's like switch, 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 and I'm like, okay, wow. So that was Brutal, and what a brutal song that was, and a very interesting way to open this album. I mean, she wasn't lying. She wasn't lying when she was talking on this song. I mean, it really is brutal out here, you guys. This younger generation, I feel, oh my god, here I am being geriatric listener, but I don't know. I'm just like, it feels like a lot of young people are very self-conscious, and I'm like, for good reason. I mean, the Gen Z, like, generation has been very affected by social media, so I'm just like, there's a lot of perception stuff going on, and having to be in the know of things, and you being perceived by others and you not liking yourself, and it's like it's a lot to deal with. I'm a millennial, so I don't have that problem. I mean, I'm on the border of millennial and Gen Z, but you know what? I never really had to deal with social media and, things like that for me. So I'm just like, I can't really relate fully, but at the same time, I can, if you understand that. In the second verse, when she says, I feel like no one wants me and I hate the way I'm perceived. I only have two real friends. And lately, I'm a nervous wreck. And I'm like, baby, that sounds like me. That sounds like me, having only like a few friends and being like, oh my gosh, I don't like myself and everything I'm trying to do, I feel like shit. I mean, this song was basically like me in a nutshell. And I'm like, girl, you really captured the emotions and feelings that a lot of people are feeling right now. Bitch, I can't even parallel park. Baby, I recently parallel parked and I said, huh, I can still do it. I can still do that. The next song is called Traitor, and I think it was crazy that a lot of people were sending this song to their exes and being like, I thought about you when listening to this song. And I'm like, baby, this song is called Traitor. I mean, that's crazy sending this to them. I love this whole, whoo, I can't do it, but I love this whole part. This. Beautiful. I kept quiet so I could keep you. Yes, See, I don't know how I feel about that. I love her vocals and the instrumentals on the song, especially. Really great. Ooh, going up on those notes, girl. So that was Traitor, and I have such mixed feelings about the message of this song. I mean, the story that she's weaving, she's like, look, you didn't cheat on me, but at the same time, you kind of did cheat on me because there was no physical things going on with you and this other girl. But at the same time, I know you were making an emotional, like, bond with her, emotional connection, and that's even worse. And I'm like, that is worse. As you know, Adam Driver says in Marriage Story, honestly, he should have just ended things sooner because he shouldn't have put her through all that, all that gaslighting, being like, everything's fine, but it isn't fine because he's like actually wanting to be with someone else. And also, as she said, she shouldn't have stayed silent just to keep him. She should have been like, this is over. Like, I know she was like, I fell in love with you, but girl, sometimes you gotta know when to get out. Like, both of them were playing relationship chicken, and I'm like, that's not good for anyone when people do that. Personally, I don't care if people get into another relationship so fast. I mean, look at Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. I mean, she just called off her engagement to A-Rod, and then I think it was only like a few weeks later that it was reported that she was back with Ben Affleck after all these years. So I'm just like, baby, sometimes when you know. And I'm just like, you just gotta end things and like do the other person right. Which Olivia Rodrigo says that this person, Joshua Bassett, I think, didn't do her right. And I'm just like, that's just how it is when you're teenagers. And I'm like, your feelings are valid, but at the same time, it's like, I would just move on, girl. The next song is Driver's License, and what a segue from Traitor to Driver's License. I mean, my God, what a transition. I like Driver's License. I think it's a great song, but you know what? I don't listen to it that often, so that's just me because I'm just like, it's nice, but I don't know. It's just not something I can listen to all the time. It's not something I want to put on my playlist. It's actually not on my playlist, but you know what? I like it for what it is. How could I ever love someone else? She really was in her feelings about Joshua. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street. I still see your face in the white cars. This bridge really snaps. Silence, we cross. I still hear your voice. You didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. The next song is One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. And I heard that she like interpolates whatever the correct term is for like using the melody of something. But anyway, she like uses like the piano sound melody of New Year's Day from Taylor Swift from Reputation. And I'm just like, girl, love me Reputation. And honestly, I'm just like, you go, girl, not giving like Scooter Braun the money by doing it this way instead of like, sampling the song. But yeah, this is the next song. One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. Right there, yep, I know those notes anywhere. Called you on the phone today. You got me fucked up in the head, boy. Seriously, Disney girls being able to say fucked or fuck, crazy. One step forward and three steps back. Send me home crying. It's one step. Honestly, God, it feels like this relationship she had with Josh Bassett really fucked her up. She was really deeply in love, and I'm like, whoo. Teenage love. Ooh, the way she said back right there. I like the bird chirping in the background. Nice touch. So that was One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. And first of all, that was way too short. I was like in the mood of the song, and then it just ended. And I was like, oh, it's done? Okay. But yeah, the message of the song, I'm like, yes, girl, sometimes in a relationship, you going forward, but then something sets you guys backwards. And that's just how it is. And I don't know. From this song, I'm just like, he was giving you different personalities. Because if he was, I'm just like, I would get out of there if I were you. A lot of signs of girl that you're talking about, I'm like, there were red signs everywhere. Red signs, red lights. I don't know what the phrase is. I can't think about it right now. But there were a lot of signs that you should get out. But you were too blinded by love. And it's whatever at the end of the day, because as long as you learned and your next relationship, you do better and you know better. That way you can get out before the person hurts you. The next song is Deja Vu. And I know this song already came out even before Good For You, which is the next song. But you know what? I was just like, I don't feel like getting into it. And I didn't. So here we are now, finally listen to it. Didn't she say she's never seen Glee? What is the truth, girl? What is the truth? Ew. I hate when guys do that. So that was a good song, Deja Vu. I'm just like, I really hate when guys do that. They recycle like things they used to do with the person they used to be with this new person they're with, and I'm like, get some new material, you guys. Get some new material. And also them being like, Billy Joel, Uptown Girl, I taught you that, baby. And it's like, I cannot believe y'all just like talking about like Billy Joel being it. I mean, he was it, and I guess he still kind of is it, but I'm like, out of all the old people music you could listen to and be like, yes, I taught you that, you're being like, yes, Billy Joel is the one I taught you, Uptown Girl. I'm just like, not even the longest time, girl. Okay. The next song is Good For You, and I honestly like the song a lot. I think it's very, what would I say? It's very Avril Lavigne inspired. But you know what? I heard that Willow Smith like collaborated with Avril Lavigne on her album that's coming out eventually, and I'm just like, baby, I like Good For You, but if you haven't heard Transparent Soul from Willow Smith, you should, because that is the superior song. People don't want to hear that, but it is, and I'm saying it out loud because Willow Smith should be heard. Transparent Soul is that song, and it puts this song to shame. But this song's great, and I'm glad it went number one. But anyway, yeah, as I said, listen to Transparent Soul because that's a good song. And yeah, I love this song too, but Transparent Soul by Willow Smith, that one is way better. Miss Olivia Rodrigo with this song, she was angry. She was angry, and I'm just like, good for you, girl. Every time I say that now, I'm just like, Olivia Rodrigo. I'm just like, this would have been better if, I don't know, if it came after Traitor, but then, I don't know, Traitor to Driver's License was better. Like a damn sociopath. Okay, so that song messed up my hair, so I had to put it up like this. But anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is called Enough For You. Oh, we got the guitar out. We said, get the guitar. This is gonna be a sad moment.
Tried so hard to be everything that you like. Stupid, emotional, obsessive little me. You left me there crying, wondering what I did wrong. I'd say you broke my heart, but you broke much more than that.
Wow, she really is serving with the vocals and lyrics on this song.
Someday I'll be everything to somebody else. For you.
Oh my. Oh my. So that was Enough For You, and I gotta say, girl, it is hard feeling that you're not enough for someone and that you think you gotta do your best, that way you will be enough for them and that they'll still love you. But baby girl, as you said, he just was not satisfied with you, and that has nothing to do with you. So hopefully you'll find someone in the future who, you know, will think that you're enough for them. And yeah, I mean, honestly, if I had to try so hard in a relationship, I'd be like, this is not worth it, because I don't want to have to be putting that much effort into a relationship in terms of like me changing. I mean, if I had some toxic traits, then yeah, I'd change, but I don't want to change anything that I find is fine with me just to please someone else. I mean, that's insane. That is insane. I mean, honestly, I'd rather be spinster alone than have to conform just to please someone. The next song is called Happier, and I just know this ain't gonna be a happy song. I can just feel it's gonna be a sad, sad song. Ooh, that feeling. Oh, yep, that. Very much that, girl. Honestly, that is so messed up. But a lot of people feel that way, and I'm just like, okay, sure. Honestly, this song is some petty shit. I mean, I understand her feeling, being like, I want you to be happy, I want you to find someone, but at the same time, I don't want you to find anyone better than me, and I don't want you to be happier than me. And once again, I'm just like, this is, actually, I wouldn't classify this as like teenage love, like the feelings, because a lot of older adults be acting like this too, so it's just petty stuff in general, and I'm just like, your feelings are valid, but at the same time, I'm just like, I honestly would just like forget them into oblivion because I just would not want to like think about someone who has caused me that much harm. So I'm just like, you're just like, I want you to be happy. Me, I'm just be like, who's that again? Miss Olivia Rodrigo has been going through it on this album. She has really been saying, I am hurt, y'all. I am very hurt. And I just don't like life and anything, and men suck. And I'm just like, why do I think of my way like this? And I'm like, ooh, she really is tapping into those anxieties that a lot of young people have been feeling for a long time. And it's like, very valid to say all these things, even if I don't agree with most of the things you're saying. But this album so far, I'm just like, you have been going through it and you are in your bag, girly. The next song is called Jealousy. Jealousy? I think that's how you say it. It has like a comma, so it's like two different meanings of jealousy.
Beauty's not my lack, but it feels like that comparison is killing me slowly. Happy for them, but then again I'm not. Just cool vintage clothes and vacation photos, I can't stand it.
Wow. Wow. Meow. Cat sounds now. I mean, this song was spilling the tea. Really spilling the tea, I mean. She really was going off about how people nowadays are always on their phones and they're seeing perceptions of people and how they think they should see themselves now. Like, how, not see themselves, how they should be as well. That's the right phrasing. That these Instagram photos and all that have been warping people's minds, being like, how come I don't look like that? And how come I'm not going on vacations like that? And I'm just like, it is the worst. It's the worst feeling. But then again, that's why I don't have really an Instagram. I mean, I have an Instagram, but I don't use my Instagram. But I'm just like, I cannot handle seeing people who are around my same age being like super successful and going on trips everywhere and partying everywhere. And I'm just like, y'all, I'm broke. I am broke. Y'all making me feel like shit. And I'm just like, ooh, not being successful and not feeling like I'm like as hot as these people, ooh, makes me feel the feels. But even though Olivia's feeling this now, I'm just like, baby, you're only like, what, 17, 18 now? I suspect that these people you talk about, you will turn to them, especially with the success you're feeling right now. You will eventually turn into them, like, and my mind's like, ooh, I love that for you, but at the same time, I'm like, you will become one of those people that you're talking about in this song, so, but at the same time, good for you, I guess. Whatever. Olivia really got into her bag with this song. I mean, ooh, might be my favorite song on the album. The next song is Favorite Crime.
I was your willing accomplice, honey.
Jail, honey.
Well, I hope I was your favorite crime. And I defended you to all my friends.
I hate when you have to do that. Ugh. Ouch.
I hate you with the smile on my face.
This is hurting me. It's hurting me. I feel attacked. I feel like she just took a sledgehammer and like smacked me in the head with it. Emotional trauma this is. I mean, some people were like, driver's license is it, but no, baby. I thought jealousy was it, but this is it. I hate that in this song, when she's talking about having to defend her boyfriend to her friends, that in this whole, like, story, I am friends. Like, I have been the friends being like, you shouldn't be with this person. They're clearly not right for you. They're horrible, blah, blah. And then my friend has to, like, defend their, like, boyfriend or girlfriend to me. And it's like, baby, you should know better. And I'm just like, I hate being in that position. But at the same time, it's like, I am always in that position. And it's like, ooh, favorite crime. She did that. She did that. Oh my god, just thinking about the song already, I'm starting to well up with tears again. I'm just like, no, we're not going there. Okay, so the last song of the album is called Hope You're Okay.
His parents cared more about the Bible than being good to their own child.
Ooh, is this gay rights?
I hope that you're okay.
Sweet. The message of the song already, I'm like, very sweet.
The courage to unlearn all of their hatred. When the clouds will iron out and the monsters creep into your house, I hope that you're okay.
Ooh. This is a cute little outro of the song. It's very cute. Well, I didn't know Miss Olivia Rodrigo was all about that gay rights because in the song she was all like that kid whose family was more invested in the Bible than being good parents. I was like, gag. I know what you're talking about, girl. And even the second part where she was like, that girl raised her siblings on her own and her parents couldn't like who she loved. And I was like, baby, she said, I hope y'all are doing okay because y'all are real like survivors. And I'm like, ooh, this just does not fit in with the album at all, but I'm glad that it's in here because you're just like, hey, I see y'all out there, and even though I'm struggling with what I'm dealing with, I see y'all struggling even harder, and I see you, and I'm here for you too. Okay, after listening to this whole album, I can see how Olivia Rodrigo and her album Sour have like a gorilla grip on the girls and the gays. I mean, it is an amazing album. It is an amazing album, one of the best albums of the year. And I'm just like, I did not expect this at all. But yet, here I am sitting being like, I think I really do stan her. I'm not going to say I stan Olivia Rodrigo. I'm going to wait until the next album cycle to see what else she serves. But I'm going to say this is an amazing album, an amazing debut album, too. And she's about to rack up the awards next Grammy season. I see a Best New Artist, a Record of the Year, an Album of the Year, a Song of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album. Those are the only 5 things right now I see for Olivia Rodrigo's Sour and her herself. I'm just like, she's about to sweep the Grammys, at least with nominations. But I can definitely see her walking away with, Best New Artist and also an award for Driver's License since that was such a big hit. And the Grammys do like giving ingenues, like the Oscars do, like an award very early. I mean, Billie Eilish just broke the record for the person to win Album of the Year so young, beating Taylor Swift. So I can see Olivia Rodrigo getting a nomination and maybe even winning for Album of the Year. But we'll see. We'll see how the next Grammy season goes because I don't know who else is releasing music, but who knows? Maybe Miss Olivia Rodrigo will be picking up a lot of Grammys next season. Honestly, as she should. As she should, because this album is amazing. It's amazing. And I really didn't come into this album expecting much. And maybe that's why I like this so much more because I didn't really have that high of an expectation going into this album. But the girlies and the gays were right. They were right. This is an amazing album. Looking at this album, it is an amazing album. It's a perfect album. And there's not one song that I didn't like in this album. I mean, there are songs that are not as good as some of the other songs on the album, but overall, I'm just like, all the songs fit really well in the album, and the album is just really cohesive and really good. I mean, my top 3 favorite songs of the album would have to be number 1, Favorite Crime, number 2, Jealousy, Jealousy, and then number 3, Driver's License. But yeah, all the other songs are great too, but those 3 just really do resonate a lot with me. I see great things from Mr. Olivia Rodrigo, even though, she is the star of High School Musical, the musical, blah, 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 whatever it's called on Disney+. I'm just like, girl, you needed like a way in, and that was your way in, and good for you. Once again, good for you. But like, yeah, I'm just like, we'll see how she does when she's done with Disney. But yeah, I'm just like a lot of bright things in her future, and I'm like, good for you, Gravy Girl. Oh my god, I cannot stop saying that and thinking about her, even though I am talking about her right now. Tell me down below in the comments what you thought about this album. Did you really like it like I liked it? And what are your favorite songs? I mean, there's only 11 songs in this album, so it's pretty slim pickings to be like what are the best songs of this album, but I told y'all my favorite 3 songs, like the top 3 for me, the trilogy in this album for me. So, tell me down below what you guys thought were the best 3 songs in the album. Anyways, you guys, thank you for coming to my channel and watching this whole album reaction. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around maybe if you return here. So yes, I'm gonna go now. So yeah, bye.